Guys, we have a big breaking news coming out. President Donald Trump, $2,000 check update, timeline given for direct payments. All right, let's stop here for a second. We heard this many times about these payments. And here's the thing, guys. Here's the deal. All right, so there is a year, but there's no month or day. All right, so they are talking about 2026 that these payments will be released. All right, so it ain't gonna be 2025, no Christmas bonus, stimulus check, and stuff like that for this year. So they're talking about 2026. All right, but there's no month and there's no date. All right, so no days. So we're gonna see what's going on with this one here, guys. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to help and contribute to this channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Once again, thank you so much for your support. So I got home last night really late. I couldn't upload the late night video. I was doing little Uber Eats and I went to the gas station and I had to turn off the truck and I filled the tank and the truck wouldn't turn on. I lost the key fob. I lost the key. And I just called the restaurant this morning and I left the key on the table. And it's literally 30 miles away. So I have to use my other car and pick that key fob up. It was again, I had to wait for the towing, AAA and stuff like that. It was a very rough night. All right, so it says here Treasury Secretary Scott gave an update on President Donald Trump's proposal to give $2,000 checks to Americans from tariff revenue. Now, the only people that's going to see this are the middle class and the poor people, the low incomes. Rich people are not getting the $2,000 stimulus check or dividend. Now, whatever's left over is going to go to the U.S. debt. It says here, Scott told Fox Business on Sunday that legislation will be required to hand out the tariff dividends, the stimulus, but noted that the working families, once again, the working families are likely to see a pay bump in their first quarter of the year due to the planned tax cuts on tips, overtime, and Social Security. Man, they really trying to tax us on everything. And here's the thing, guys. It's the Democrats. The Democrats, they want to tax us on everything. The Democrats are the one that told the American people, if you use PayPal, you're going to have to pay tax at the end of the year. I mean, they will find anything, all right? So they will tax us on tips. They will tax us on overtime. They will tax us on Social Security. They will tax us on PayPal. I mean, they just want everything, making it hard for American to move forward. It's like Caesar, man. All right, so we are going to see a big bump in the first quarter, and once again, with the refunds and the real income. President Donald Trump has also talked about sending $2,000 refunds, and that will be for working families. We will have an income limit. Those could go out, Scott said. So the $2,000 checks have been repeatedly floating by President Donald Trump, but uncertainty remains about the possible timeline and final form. So we don't have an exact date, but they're talking about 2026 is going to be released. The payments will require congressional approval, and Scott has linked them to already promised tax cuts. Here's the thing, guys. Again, sometimes these politicians, they hold on to this. I mean, we were supposed to get that $5,000 dividend check that Elon said that it should go out to America. He told Trump, hey, we should get the taxpayer the dividend on the Doge. We got all this here, and that was their plan. The problem is that you have these Democrats, Republicans, you got the Congress. I mean, they just take their sweet little time. All right. So, but again, they don't need that $2,000 check because they rich. They don't know the struggle. They don't know what it is to be poor. They never been poor. A lot of these politicians come from rich family. All right, and you see Nancy Pelosi, her daughter is about to take her mom's spotlight. They were born in a rich family. They don't know the struggle of the poor Americans that's sleeping in a shelter or on a bench, or just seeing the real struggle in life. They never seen the rock bottom. It says here President Donald Trump has repeatedly promoted his idea to give Americans $2,000 direct payments funded by tariff revenue, and said that these could come to Americans next year. All right, so there you go, guys. That is the latest time frame right there, 2026. A lot of people was hoping for 2025, like December and stuff like that, but it ain't gonna happen. It seems like that's not gonna happen. And the reason why is because, like I said, you have certain politicians taking their sweet little time. Some of them don't even want to give this money out. They're like, no, we're not going to give this money out. And it goes to tell you that, they always say, hey, vote for me and I put you first. But it's all baloney, because once they get into the spotlight, it's all baloney. It's like Zeron, the Madani, the one that won the module for New York becoming mayor in 2026. A lot of stuff now, he's breaking his promises. He's not going to be giving free grocery to no one. No free bus rides. That's all baloney, because New York State said it ain't going to happen. Something about the police chief, NYPD. Again, they're not going to... He's not going to fire them. He's not going to replace them. So there's a lot of stuff that he's already breaking, all the promises. All the stuff that he told New Yorkers, and New Yorkers fell for it. It's just going to be disappointing. All right, so Scott previously told ABC News that the $2,000 tariff dividend proposed by President Donald Trump could come in lots of forms. Okay, so this is something new. Adding, it could be just the tax decreases that we are seeing on the president's agenda. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, deductibility of auto loans. When asked by Fox News on Sunday whether Americans will receive direct payments of $2,000, Scott responded, "We will see. We need legislation for that." Basically, keep pressing the one button. Basically, we need congressional approval. You guys already know, Congress, you guys already know what they did, government shutdown and stuff like that. The Treasury Secretary went on to talk about the expected boost to working families through the broader package of refunds and tax reductions slated for early 2026 as part of the Trump One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Now, a lot of people is having a problem with this. Again, you have Marjorie Taylor Greene, Elon Musk, and again, they don't like that big beautiful bill. And the reason why, there's so many things in there. You got, again, it's a whole different world. You got AI stuff, AI cameras all over the cities, digital currency. You got so many things in that bill. Scott framing off the checks diverges from President Donald Trump, who has seemed to suggest a standalone $2,000 payment to Americans. It remains unclear whether the $2,000 payments will be distinct or come as part of a broader refund and tax package. Scott said that the dividends would have an income limit, echoing President Donald Trump's previous comments that they will be for lower and middle income Americans, but did not clarify what the threshold will be. Okay, so again, guys, we're gonna have to wait and see how all this plays out. But I don't know if he's referring to taxpayers that's gonna get this. Again, we don't know, guys. All this $2,000 check that's being talked about. Again, we're just gonna have to wait and see these next couple of weeks. Other officials, including Kevin, the director of National Economic Council, have noted that the checks would require legislation. Again, approval. You can Congress and stuff like that. So what people are saying? Well, the president, Donald Trump, told reporters on board Air Force One on Friday about the tariff checks. It will be next year. All right, so Donald Trump said it. The president said it himself. It will be next year. The tariffs allow us to give a dividend a check. We're going to do a dividend, a stimulus, and we are also going to be reducing debt. What happens next? Congress will need to approve the $2,000 payments. Wow. This is the same Congress that shut down the government like 16 times. All right. And 42 million didn't receive their benefits. All right. So I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't know if Congress is going to approve it. Again, they're already showing their true colors, about 42 million not receiving SNAP. The Trump administration is yet to clarify what form the payments will take. Again, here's the thing that bothers me. Why bring this up when you're not ready? President Trump, why will you bring the $2,000 check? Again, it does need a lot of process. We don't know when this thing is going to happen. I mean, 2026, he promised. But it's always good to get all this done and then announce it and say, hey, I've been working on something. I got the approval from Congress, and you guys are going to be getting checks in a week. All right. But again, we heard the $5,000 Doge stimulus from Elon Musk. We are still waiting for that, which I believe that's under the rug. They threw that thing out. And now we got this $2,000 stimulus check that is still working on. It needs congressional approval. It needs legislation. But Donald Trump said he's going to make it happen 2026. But again, we don't know the month or day. All right, guys. The link will be in the description box. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.